બહુ કરવી પડે સાહેબ, સહન તો એટલી બધી કરવી પડે ને. બહાર તો જો રાત્રે આપણે સૂતા હોય તો બહાર નીકળી જઈએ એવું થાય આપણને. પંખાની હવા સુઈ જાય એટલે આપણને અહીંયા જ લાગવાની, નીચે તો એવું ને એવું લાગે. શું કરીએ, પંખાની હવા આમથી એમ ફરે કરીએ, પછી એવું ના આવે, સહન થાય તો પાછા બેસીએ. ઊંઘ ના આવે ને એ કારણથી ગરમી લાગે, એટલે તો બહુ ગરમી લાગે છે. પણ
62-year-old Lakshmiben Solanki lives in the Amravati slums of Ahmedabad. She has lived in these quarters all her life and notices how heat levels have risen over the years. Heat impacts everyone's lives, but the poor people suffer the most. Indoor temperatures in these slums remain high during the day and even during the nights sometimes because of how densely these houses are built.
અને છોકરી તો આખો દિવસ બહાર હોય છે કારણ કે એને એટલી ગરમી સહન નહીં થતી. જો અને હું બી સવારની જ બહાર જ હતી, હમણાં જ ઘરમાં આવી, તમને આવ્યા પહેલાં જ હું ઘરમાં આવી છું. ઘરમાં રહેવાતું જ નહીં.
Over the last couple of weeks, Ahmedabad city has been sizzling. The month of May has been particularly severe as maximum temperatures were recorded above 40 degrees Celsius continuously for more than half the month. When temperatures cross 40 degrees Celsius in the plains or there is a departure from the normal temperature by 4 to 5 degrees, it is officially declared a heat wave. The country recorded the hottest March this year in 122 years, triggering an early onslaught of heat waves that engulfed 16 states of India. There were reportedly 280 heat wave days between March 11th and May 18th, the highest in 10 years. Intensely high temperatures causing severe heat stress is a major health threat for vulnerable communities all over the world. According to studies, heat stress affected 68 million people worldwide as of 2021. Between 1991 and 2015, there have been over 25,000 recorded deaths cumulatively that have been attributed to heat waves. Heat waves have a direct linkage to global warming, which in turn has a linkage with the way our cities are being developed.
The carbon dioxide concentration in the atmosphere is increasing. In fact, over a very short period of time, in the last 30 years, the concentration has increased from about 300 parts per million to more than 420. So, carbon dioxide and other global warming gases act as agents for increasing the average temperature, and therefore they disrupt weather patterns. Heat waves have been increasing both in severity and in the number of incidents, number of heat waves declared by the IMD every year. We know that globally, I think 13 of the top 15 hottest years ever recorded have been in the last 20 years.
Ahmedabad is currently in the throes of another deadly heat wave. However, since 2013, with the launch of the city's Heat Action Plan, it has been trying to deal with it through proactive action. In 2010, Ahmedabad reported over 1,344 deaths caused by intense heat, driving authorities to devise a Heat Action Plan, a partnership project between the Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation and an international coalition of health and academic groups in 2013. The Ahmedabad Heat Action Plan, the first of its kind in the country, in fact the first in South Asia, has been designed to avoid deaths attributable to extreme heat, typically over the months of May and June.
So, the Heat Action Plan was developed initially to make sure that people, grassroots people working in construction areas, people living in slums with tin roofs, if they are aware that a particular kind of alert is going to be there, then what needs to be done?
The early warning alerts for reducing heat exposure are issued in real time to the people through newspapers, social and electronic media. Subsequently, the city administration informs its various stakeholders, like the water supply department and the electricity department, to ensure that a steady supply of power and water is maintained during peak heat hours. Dr. Tejas Shah is a health officer for the Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation. He is also the nodal officer for the heat action plan and the first in command for dissemination of the alerts once they are issued by the Indian Meteorological Department.
We do have separate departments, such as our estate department, which is working with builders and construction site people. So during the alert days, we are informing them they should provide water supply to all of their laborers and if possible buttermilk as well.
Another important pillar of the heat action plan includes promoting adaptive measures such as creating hydration stations and temporary shaded areas in parts of the city, and keeping parks open during the afternoon, which are otherwise kept closed from 11 to 3 p.m. during winter and monsoon months. One of the most important functions while implementing a heat action plan is capacity building of healthcare and emergency services. The 108 emergency ambulance service operating in Ahmedabad is pre-equipped with adequate supplies of water, oral rehydration kits and ice during heat waves.
So normally we are serving around 3,000 to 3,500 emergencies, but in this time 150 emergencies is increased, around 150 emergencies increase due to these heat related emergencies.
Dr. Kathy Kakkar, professor and head of the pediatric department, works with newborns in a municipal hospital in Ahmedabad.
Mainly my work is in neonate, those newborn babies, those who are just born, because they are the most vulnerable age group and they just can't maintain their temperature because their heat regulatory system is immature. So what we do, we keep baby under a non-medicated mosquito net. We advise mother and we cover the mosquito net with a damp cotton dupatta or cloth, and we ask mother to wet them as frequently as it gets dry, and that's how we try to provide the baby cooler environment.
At the Amraiwadi slum, Reena Dilipbhai Parmar is among the residents who have opted for a passive cooling technology by installing a mod roof with the help of the Mahila Housing Seva Trust, an outfit which has been associated with the heat action plan since 2017. Started in 1994, the Mahila Housing Seva Trust has been striving to mitigate the effects of heat stress, disease and climate change by introducing climate-resilient housing for women in poor communities.
અમારા 3 વર્ષ થઈ ગયા છે, એટલે અમે 3 વર્ષ પહેલાં અમે આ અમારા મોટા ભાઈના ઘરે આ વસ્તુ મોડરૂફ જોઈ હતી, ત્યારે અમે એમના વિશે રિવ્યૂઝ સારા જોયા, પછી અમે અહીંયા મોડરૂફ કરાવવાનું વિચાર્યું કે અમારે આટલો મોટો જે છે અમે ધાબુ છે અમારે, તો ત્યાં અમે કરાવડાવી દઈએ. એટલે અમે કરાવડાવ્યું અને અમે આ મહિલા બેંક સાથે જોડાયા અને એમને અમને 1.35ની લોન કહી હતી.
Costing around 450 rupees per square feet, passive cooling options such as the mod roof or modular roofs and cool roofs are adaptive and eco-friendly technologies to keep homes cool. Mod roofs are made out of agricultural waste and tend to reduce temperatures up to 6 degrees.
ફેન છે અને એક કુલર છે, તો કુલર તો દિવસમાં અમને કરવું નથી પડતું કેમ કે ઓલરેડી અમારે ઠંડુ જ રહે છે નીચે.
અમદાવાદ સિટી એક પહેલું એવું સિટી છે કે જેણે પોતાના સિટી માટે કૂલ રૂફની એક પોલિસી બનાવી છે, અને જે કૂલ રૂફની અત્યારે ડ્રાફ્ટ મોડ પર છે, પણ પોલિસી અમદાવાદ મ્યુનિસિપલ કોર્પોરેશન, મહિલા હાઉસિંગ ટ્રસ્ટ, IIPAG અને NRDC આ ચારેય સાથે મળીને એક ડ્રાફ્ટ કૂલ રૂફ પોલિસી અમદાવાદ માટે બનાવી છે, અને થોડા સમયમાં એ ફાઇનલ થઈ જશે અને પછી એનું ઇમ્પ્લિમેન્ટેશન પણ ડેફિનેટલી થશે.
Owing to such innovations, the city's successful implementation of the heat action plan has been able to avoid approximately 1,900 deaths each year since 2013. And it's a ready reckoner for 23 heat wave-prone states in the country which can benefit from it. However, there is more to be done.